Hey guys, today we're talking about ByTerry's new Hyaluronic Hydra Concealer. In this video, I'm going to be pitting the new ByTerry concealer against my gold standard YSL Touche Éclat High Cover Radiant Concealer. So I've pre-recorded a side-by-side comparison for you guys where I wore one under one eye and one under the other so we can see them side by side. Jumping right into that then, here I am. I don't have anything on my face except my eyebrows filled in and my tinted SPF products that you know I love to use. Here's the YSL product if you haven't seen me use it on my channel. And here is the new ByTerry. So the first thing I noticed was how enormous this tube is compared to the YSL one that I have been using and loving for the past year or so. So at this point, I actually had to bust out my notebook and do some math for you guys because I was really curious about the quantity of product. The YSL product is $38 US and you get 0.08 ounces or roughly 2.3 grams of product. ByTerry, on the other hand, is $45 US, so just $7 more, and you're getting 0.22 ounces or 6.3 grams, which is really almost 3 times the product. So almost 3 times the product for just $7 more. So knowing that at the outset, I got really curious about how well this was going to perform because that is a huge money savings. So let's continue with the side-by-side comparison. Here, lids off, you can see they are both the Click Pen Brush Applicator YSLs, looking significantly smaller than ByTerry's. We're gonna go in with the YSL first underneath my right eye. You've seen me apply this plenty of times, just brushing it on there over the dark circle. I don't really apply concealer in the way of going down in that triangle of light really thickly all the way down to the nose. You'll see me just kind of tap this out here, and maybe some excess, if I have a little too much product, I will drag that down onto my cheek, but I will kind of blur that line and overlap that with foundation on a typical application day. You'll see me do that a little bit later. So here we are all tapped out. My right eye is done with the YSL. I have nothing under my left eye, and you can definitely see right away, look at how well the YSL covers the dark circles. Like I said, you guys, there is a reason that this has been my gold standard concealer for over a year. So going in with the ByTerry, take a look at this little dot of product that clicks out to the center of the brush. I thought that was really cool because now as you see me applying it, you can see it kind of goes on exactly the same way as the YSL product. So I'm going to go ahead and blend this out on this side as well, same technique being used. Maybe a little bit lighter in color than the YSL, but not by too much. So here we are blended out on both sides. I can tell you that the texture of the ByTerry was a little bit lighter. It didn't feel quite as thick as the YSL. And here I think you can see maybe slightly less coverage with the ByTerry, which is what I would expect with something that is a lighter consistency. So just to see if it made any difference at all in terms of blending, I went in with my foundation. You can see I'm kind of just putting it very lightly on my cheeks, and there at the height of my cheek by the cheekbone, overlapping where that concealer kind of would have tapered off. And then I'm going to go back in with another close-up. It really didn't affect the coverage of the under eye area, but just so you could see what a complete foundation and concealer look looks like with both of these products. So my original intent with this video was to do a timestamp wear test the way that I do with my foundation, so you could see how the concealer sort of moved or settled or worked with my fine lines around my eyes throughout the day. I ultimately decided not to do that because every time I went back and looked in the mirror, they were looking virtually the same. I didn't really notice a difference. Maybe the ByTerry settled slightly less into the fine lines under and around my eyes, but as I said before, there's a reason that YSL has been my go-to concealer for a year now. So throughout the day, I wasn't really noticing a dramatic difference from one eye to the other. The very slight difference in coverage that you saw in the close-up footage there, I attribute that to the fact that the ByTerry has skincare in it. Whenever you're gonna add skincare like a hyaluronic acid, or as we've seen with the serum foundations I've been reviewing for you guys, you're not gonna get that same full coverage, 100% purely cosmetic product that you get when you have a product that has no skincare in it. As I mentioned, I think that also contributes to why the formulation of this one is a little bit more lightweight than the YSL. So really this is down to a couple of things. Returning to the price point issue, this one is almost 3 times the product for just $7 more, and the coverage is virtually the same. Maybe slightly less coverage with this one, but really virtually the same. On the other hand, I like the consistency of this one. I like the coverage with this one, and it is billed as a radiant concealer. I feel like especially in that close-up shot, you could definitely see that with this product. You get a little bit of that brightening effect even without having to do that triangle of light, massive, heavy concealer application that's so popular. So, kind of a toss-up, you guys, and it just depends what your goal is with your concealer. If you definitely want something that has a little bit more radiance, a little bit more light reflection, I would stick with the YSL. If you are looking for something that's going to have kind of a hydrating, moisturizing effect throughout the day on that delicate skin under the eyes, definitely give this ByTerry a shot. It was very, very good concealer, but as I told you guys before with my cosmetics videos, we are trying to see what beats my gold standards if something does. So that is where I'm gonna wrap up the video on ByTerry's new Hyaluronic Hydra Concealer. It's a great product. If you don't have either of these and are looking to try one, again, just decide what your priorities are. You can't really go wrong with either of them. So thank you so much for watching. I appreciate your viewership as always, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.